One of the most stacked drafts in years is almost here. Franchise-changing rookies are waiting for their NBA team, but there's a lot we don't know. What will the draft order be? Will the Timberwolves and Rockets keep their picks? Who will go after Cade Cunningham? The draft is less than 2 months away, so it's time for a mock lottery 2.0. Yo, it's Casey. This is AM Hoops. Hit subscribe for videos Monday through Friday so you can be an entertained NBA fan all week long. Now, before we launch into the 2.0, you need to know the storylines. And first, the draft order could make or break Minnesota or Houston. If the T-Wolves fall out of the top 3, they lose their pick to Golden State. The Rockets give their pick to the Thunder if outside the top 4. It would be a disaster for both teams that need all the young talent they can get. If the T-Wolves lose their pick, maybe Karl Anthony Towns gets even more upset and wants to leave. If the Warriors get it, do they have enough with Wiseman to trade for a superstar? The second thing we have to know is who gets the number 1 pick. This year we know Cade Cunningham will go number 1. He could be a superstar franchise player. This, though, is the list of every lottery team's chances at Cade. The Rockets, Pistons, and Magic have an equal 14% chance. The Cavs and Thunder next at 11.5%. The T-Wolves 6th best odds to pick number 1 at 9%. Then the Raptors, Pelicans, Kings, Bulls, Hornets, Spurs, Pacers, and Warriors. The actual order will be set June 22nd, but let's set the mock order now. The Magic win the lottery. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm sorry, Magic fans, but that would kind of suck, because, you know, the Magic are kind of boring. But it could happen. They pick Cade Cunningham and add him to a pretty exciting young core, actually. Cade, Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz, RJ Hampton in the backcourt with Jonathan Isaac up front. Cade can play on or off the ball, so he could fit with the other guards. At 6'8", he's exactly what they need to. At number 2, the Spurs select Evan Mobley, a big from USC. Now, this is way higher than the Spurs are projected to pick, but again, it could happen. That's why I love these mock simulations. San Antonio picks Mobley because he's the best available talent and he fits their roster. They have loads of young players in the backcourt like DeJounte Murray, Derek White, Devin Vassell, but this adds a two-way big in Mobley with Keldon Johnson in the front court. At number 3, the Rockets pick Jalen Green, guard from the G League Ignite. This is huge for Houston because they keep their pick inside the top 4. Green is a super athletic guard. He hits shots from the outside. He's got potential as a playmaker and defender, but the Rockets need potential star power in a rebuild. I know they've got guards like Kevin Porter Jr. and John Wall, but maybe now they consider giving another team a future first to take Wall off their hands. At number 4, the Pelicans take guard Keon Johnson from Tennessee. The Pels pass on Jalen Suggs because he's a pure point guard and they need the ball in Zion's hands. Jonathan Kuminga can't defend, but Johnson can be their starting 2 guard with legit on and off ball defense. New Orleans was one of the worst defensive teams in the league last year. They can add a 2-way guard like Johnson and add shooting in free agency. At number 5, the Pistons take Jalen Suggs, guard from Gonzaga. And I'm not saying that Killian Hayes is a bust here, but if Suggs fell to 5, there's no way Detroit passes on him. He's an athletic 2-way playmaker with tons of confidence and leadership potential. Suggs led the Zags to the national title game and was key to their efficient offense. He would be a great complement to a rebuilding team with young frontcourt talent. At 6, the Cavaliers pick Jonathan Kuminga, a wing from the G League Ignite. This dude needs a patient team to draft him, and Cleveland is it. His tools show a player with a superstar ceiling who can handle the ball, play make, and finish at the rim. Cleveland already has a talented young core. Adding Kuminga would be a huge win because he's projected to go as high as 3 in some mock drafts. At number 7, the Thunder take Davion Mitchell, guard from Baylor. OKC is picking the best available talent here, and they go with Mitchell. He becomes their starting point guard alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He can defend, play make, hit threes, and finish at the rim. The only concern is height at just 6'2", but with comps to Donovan Mitchell and Drew Holiday, the ceiling is there. At 8, the Warriors select Franz Wagner, a big guard from Michigan. This is huge for Golden State, getting 2 lottery picks. The T-Wolves pick is top 3 protected, and they would go to the Dubs in this scenario. Wagner fits their team as a versatile 6'9" guard with good mobility. He can play basically any position outside of center, so he's a good trade chip to almost anywhere too. At 9, the Raptors take Jalen Johnson, a wing from Duke. The Raps need size, and at 6'9", Johnson brings it. He would be great on the break, being set up by Fred VanVleet or Kyle Lowry. Dude's not a great shooter yet, but that's exactly what he could work on in Toronto's player development system. At number 10, the Kings take Scotty Barnes, a forward from Florida State. This is back-to-back great picks from the Kings' new front office after Tyrese Halliburton. Barnes brings front court playmaking and rebounding, but most of all, defense. He is relentless and versatile on D. Maybe the best defensive prospect in the draft for the worst defensive team in the league. At 11, the Magic take Corey Kispert, wing from Gonzaga, the best shooter in the league to pair with their dynamic backcourt. Kispert could be a 50-40-90 guy in the NBA, and he brings elite defense. If the Magic got Cade Cunningham and Kispert in the draft, they would rival LaMelo's Hornets as the most fun young team to watch. Side note, this hurts for the Bulls because this was originally their pick. They traded for Nikola Vucevic. At number 12, the Hornets take Isaiah Jackson, forward from Kentucky. This might be a little high for some people, but Jackson is the best fit available. He's the top shot blocking big in the draft. His athleticism is insane, finishing lobs from LaMelo. Charlotte needs a big who can defend, and Jackson would be the perfect solution. At 13, the Pacers take Josh Giddey, a 6'9" guard from Australia. This is a versatile guard who can back up Malcolm Brogdon and Karis LeVert. He can play make with elite passing, but has questions about defense and shooting. At just 18 years old though, he could develop into something special. And at 14, into the draft, the Warriors take Alperen Sengun, a center from Besiktas. The Dubs draft for need and talent here because they could trade him, but if he stays, dude could make a loaded front court next to Draymond and James Wiseman. He's got an old school game with elite interior scoring and Nikola Jokic type passes, but that's not a problem with Wiseman's range at the 5. This mock draft was a disaster for the Bulls and T-Wolves who lost their picks, but it was amazing for the Warriors and Rockets. We'll see what actually happens in the draft order June 22nd. Check out the Offseason Wednesday playlist right over here because next up is the Warriors offseason plan.